Hello, and welcome again to The Climb with Christine. And this is the final episode for 2021. Unfortunately, right around the corner as 2022 begins, so does the beginning of tax season. And all across the country, taxpayers, young and old, are going to be very stressed out over their taxes, worrying about the long process of itemizing, deducting, calculating, and paying what the government says they owe. I can only imagine the anxiety. Taxes are something I've always done, so I don't necessarily have the same amount of anxiety, but even for a seasoned professional who has been doing tax returns for 25 years, even I can get a little stressed out. So when I'm stressed, I do try to turn to humor to ease my troubles. So in honor of all of you taxpayers who are getting ready to be anxious, I'm going to give you just a little bit of humor today and tie it into the holiday spirit. So here we go. And thank you for joining me this year for this season of this podcast, The Climb with Christine. And I look forward to new episodes, new format beginning next year. All right, without further ado, here we go. 'Twas the night before tax day when all through the nation, many creatures were stirring due to procrastination. The receipts were stuffed in a box without care. In case of an audit, they all would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, each one an exemption, bless their sweet heads. And Mama in her curlers and I in my shorts just settled our brains to file our reports. When down in my stomach there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my chair to take care of the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a dash, tore open the shutter, and threw up. After taking antacid, I returned to my chore. I can't afford to delay any more. When what to my bleary eyes should appear but miniature fine print. What was it like this last year? But with new motivation, so lively and quick, list your exemptions. Total, line 6. More rapid than eagles, than dependents they came. I scribbled them down while I called them by name. Now there's me and my spouse and our children, that's 4. I turned to my wife. Is it too late to have more? Filing status, married. Social security numbers, a plethora. Income on line 7, wages, salaries, tips, etc. And then in a twinkling, I heard down the hall the ticking and talking from the clock on the wall. The deadline approaches, increasing distress. Can you spell relief? It's not IRS. The stump of the pencil I held tight in my teeth. It made me talk funny. It sounded like this. But the task was so serious, so demanding and stressful, that it knotted my guts like a bowl full of pretzels. Now drenched all in sweat from my head to my feet, I can't let this daunt me. Taxes must complete. Now, where was I? Yes, I totaled the sum. Amount from line 35, adjusted gross income. Itemized deductions, how much and how many. Attach Schedule A or we won't receive any. Taxable income, wow, that looks like a lot. Oh, wait a minute, I misplaced that dot. As crunch time approached, I worked even faster, nearly spilling my coffee once, narrowly averting disaster. I spoke not a word, but went back to my work and finished the forms amongst mayhem and murk. And how about all those forms, W-2 and W-4? Not enough for you? Don't worry, there's more. Form 1099 and schedules A, B, and C. Not only 1040, but 1040 and EZ. Add that line, subtract this one, put that calculator to use. Now divide by the square root of the hypotenuse. Filing my own taxes, would I live to regret it? Instructions, deductions, earned income credit. Hours of ciphering and scratching my head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. When finally I finished, I was shocked. I was stunned. I could barely believe it. Can you say refund? I sprang to the car to my wife, gave a whistle. Then away we both flew like a self-guided missile. Just a few blocks away, would we make it in time? As we turned the corner, oh, look at that line. But we finally mailed it, assuaging all fear, forgetting it for now, only to repeat it next year. But a thought crossed my head ere I tried not to mind it. Before I sealed it, did I remember to sign it? I hope you enjoyed it. It is dated, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope all of you have a wonderful and fantastic holiday season, end of year, new year beginning. And I truly look forward to seeing you all again in 2022. Take care.